He's going to be going up against someone that everybody in Europe knows, and if they don't know, they should know. Mr. Malekith.
Yes,
Malekith, who is a Tekken legend in Europe, Ryan.
He is indeed. I mean, I remember commentating one of his recent wins, Tekken Mania. He won this tournament. You know, really, really solid play. Over 100 players in that tournament, and Malekith. I mean, he just delivers. You know, he's very methodical, very, very clinical when he wants to be as well, and you can see the experience in his gameplay as well. A lot of the times, you know, he could have won that with any character. It looks like, you know, it wasn't the character that got him the win, or wasn't carried in any way. It was just his skill combined with his experience, and he has a very strong mode of determination. I've seen that when he kicks into gear and he's just not losing this round. You know, doesn't matter what's going on. He's winning that round, and he'll get the win, and it'll be clutch and it'll be hype. You know, and he's very, very good under pressure in that.
Yeah, very few people have that sort of legendary status here in Europe, and Malekith is definitely one of them. But our first match is going to be Pika versus ArtofAce, and we have a trailer to show you. So yeah, let's get excited for it, man.
Right.
So I'm facing ArtofAce. And yeah, I'm confident because I faced him a lot of times.
I'm pretty confident against Pika actually. I know him for a while now, and he's a pretty good player.
I know he's one of the best players in the Netherlands, but this time he's gonna get wrecked. So I'm going to play Geese, but I might counter pick.
The character I'm going to pick against Pika is definitely Brian.
I'm gonna prepare with my sparring partner because he also plays Steve, and he's an actually really good Steve player.
I'm going to prepare for Geese through practice mode and maybe watching some videos of Geese in general and maybe some of Pika himself.
I think we're pretty much 50-50, but I do want to say that he has never beaten me on Steve, and actually I've never lost to a Steve in a tournament.
The last time I played Pika was in an offline tournament here in Netherlands itself, in a place called Breda, and it was a top 8 match, I think winner's side, and it was also Brian versus Geese, and it was 2-1 for me. So.
All the times he has beaten me, he was playing Brian.
The one thing I remember is that I denied him the spot for Grand Finals at a Red Bull event for Tekken specifically.
I do know for a fact that ArtofAce likes to press a lot of buttons.
I am the better player of the two because of the fact that I have more experience in this game.
He also likes to parry a lot.
I think that he started the game in Tekken 7, so compared to that, I have a lot more experience and a lot more tourney experience as well because I go to a lot of tournaments abroad.
But you know what? I play 2D characters and I play Geese.
Because of this match being a long set, it could go back and forth.
Well, for me at least, I'm gonna win 5-2, maximum 5-3, but I won't let him take more games than that.
I think the set will be pretty close, but I think it will end up in a 5-3 for me.
Those tournaments, there's always like 100 people, and those are pretty big tournaments, right? And it's really fun to go there, but every time we go there, we are only like 4 or 5 Belgian players. And you know what happens?
We Dutch players definitely have the upper hand in the matchup between the Belgians because we have a stronger scene.
2 of us always hit top 8. Just imagine if we had all the Belgian top players coming. Just imagine 5 Belgian players in top 8 in a Dutch tournament. So yeah, we are better.
And also that we dominate pretty every tournament in Belgium and in the Netherlands if we attend.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, Marta basically like, you know, I feel like I'm a bit more experienced, you know, it's, our scene is a little bit stronger. And Pika's just like, yeah, he's a masher, he loves to parry.
All I heard was he likes to press a lot of buttons, and then in the next breath it was like, and he always parries. Like, that's just a perfect description of a Steve player as well. Like, oh man, that was jokes. He likes to press a lot of buttons.
He likes to press a lot of buttons, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? So at the end of the day, Belgium and Netherlands, they do have a little bit of a rivalry, right? So
oh yeah, definitely.
These are neighboring countries, yeah.
I really like that. I mean, you know, one thing that really shone out there is some genuine salt in this rivalry, right? You know, you can hear that some of the results, they're not quite agreeable with what's expected. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really looking forward to seeing the outcome now because, yes, it is different now. They're on different terrain in terms of the rule set. It's 1st to 5, right? That's a longer time to work out your opponent. And I think that this is going to really showcase what they can deliver. It's going to show what experience they have against each other as well. All those wins and losses they've racked up over the recent months and years is all going to culminate here today.
Yeah, definitely, man. And both guys saying that it's probably going to be 5-3 in their favor. And interestingly enough, you know, even though I think ArtofAce, he normally goes with Steve as his main character, what's funny is that both of them mentioned that whenever Pika had lost, was versus the Brian. So I'm interested to see if we're going to see Brian, because Brian for me is one of the. I love watching Brian, man. And ArtofAce, I've seen his Brian. It's extremely strong. He's beaten some of the top players in Europe using that Brian as well. So he's very competent. It's not an easy character to use as well, man. So yeah, I'm excited to see what character ArtofAce will pick.
I actually ran into ArtofAce at Evo. We played in the Evo bracket. Yeah,
Evo.
I flew all those thousands of miles to America and ended up playing someone from my continent.
No
it was so
way.
mad. Yeah, we met. I can't remember. Was it top 64 or something? But yeah, he picked. I think he picked. Is it Brian? It's on YouTube. You can guys check it out if you want to watch it. But yeah, we met at Evo. It's weird when you go to all the way to America or Japan or Korea, and you end up playing someone from your backyard. It's just insane.
Yeah, that's really, really crazy. Like, yeah, I mean, I didn't know he actually went to Evo. I know he's experienced. I know he's traveled a lot, but had no idea that he was at Evo or even got like that top of a placement. But it
yeah,
really surprised me, though. It does not
yeah, no,
surprise me.
he's very good, and I feel like for tournaments, the way he approaches the game is very smart as well. He has a very good kind of, you know, optimal style. He's not going to just try and rampage and leave himself wide open to big blows. He's going to be quite optimal and reserved in his approach, but then really like getting in there when he can and staying on top of the opponent. I think for a tournament, for a short set tournament, that's a really, really good approach. Yeah,
this would be a big statement. This would be a huge statement for Pika if he's able to win this Festa 5 over someone that's beaten him in tournament. And also a younger player going up against someone that's traveled to Evo, you know, and got such a high placement. Either way, I'm really, really excited for this. Big shout out, by the way, to Astro for supporting the, just the Tekken scene in general, the official headset and mix-up of the Tekken Online Challenge.
Yes, and of course, a big shout out again to Bud Light, of course, one of the supporters of the event, this Tekken Online Challenge. And if you want to get more involved with what they're doing in the world of fighting games, make sure you head over to their stream, twitch.tv/Budlight for the for the challenge. For their beer challenge. They have a Tekken 7 beer challenge every Tuesday, so make sure you head over there and catch the Bud Light Beer League, Tekken 7 Bud Light Beer League. Make sure you check that out because it's going to be sick every Tuesday.
Absolutely. So yes, I believe we have a poll that took place about this match of who the people thought was going to win between Pika and ArtofAce. Have a look now. Team Belgium or Team Netherlands? Which side are you on? Let us know. Pika, 52%, man. It's a very close one.
52.
Yeah,
wow.
52 to 47.
I'm actually just looking at that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's close, but I mean, Pika recently, I believe, has been a lot more active when it comes to this.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Definitely.
Yeah. It has been a lot more sort of active in like the online tournaments and just in general. I've been seeing a lot of Pika. So I think that's probably why he's got the edge, but that's still very close. 47 to 40.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I don't think we've seen a lot of ArtofAce in recent times, so a lot of that 47% is probably going off of previous performances.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that Pika, I mean, just looking at his performance yesterday in the Tekken Online Challenge was so impressive, right? There were moments of clear domination from him where he was, just, I don't know, head and shoulders above the opponent in that moment or in that set, right? So we know what he can do. We've seen what he's capable of when he wants to. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think at this point it is slightly in Pika's favor. It's down to ArtofAce to prove to us that he can match up to what Pika's been delivering recently.
And I think he could do that. I think experience cannot be understated when it comes to these situations. This is not a small exhibition. This is this is a big official Festa 5. Nerves are going to play a factor here. Experience will play a factor as well. And ArtofAce has that, man. So I'm excited to see this match. I think we're going to be getting into the match very shortly. Pika and ArtofAce. Who do you think that ArtofAce are going to go with? I think Brian.
If he's really been putting him in a body bag every time he's picked Brian, I see no reason why not to pick Brian now, especially when it's an even longer set. So for all intents and purposes, if Pika's been working out the Brian, he'll be able to have time to adapt to any of these changes that he's been introducing to his style over time. So I feel like Brian is definitely a good pick. I mean, I know he has Steve, I know he has a couple of others as well, but I do feel like Brian is probably the go-to start character here.
Right, well, the lobby is ready. The players are ready here. Pika versus ArtofAce, the first exhibition match here, first to 5 of the Tekken 7 Online Challenge, day number 2 of the EU West. Let's get into it. Man, I'm excited for this one, man. The old school versus new school versus old school, man. This is exciting stuff here, right, man?
Yeah, it really is.
Europe, Pika.
It really is. I mean, it's one of those situations where offline versus online comes to play because, you know, these players have met each other in offline tournaments, but what's the deal when they get together online? It's a different kind of strategy. You can't quite whiff punish the same as you would. You know, you can't quite react to certain situations. Everything's reset. So there's another kind of mindset that you bring to a set like this too. So that also is going to become a factor in the long term.
Yeah, and you know, I even mentioned it yesterday, didn't I say, right at the start of the tournament, that Pika was one person that I was looking out for. He didn't quite make it. He didn't quite get the win, but man, he did really, really well to get that top 3 finish. And here we go, the first game, first set. He's gone with the Brian, Ryan.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I see why not. I don't see any reason why not. I mean, this is the character you've been dominating the guy with. Why pick someone else and risk it? You know, why start off on the back? Why pick Brian when you're down 3-0? It doesn't make sense. Start with your strong character and see what happens.
And of course, Pika just going to be picking that Geese the whole way. Even though he is very competent with other characters as well, Geese is the character he's just been going with, sticking with. You know, he has confidence in the character, and that's so super important as well. Because if you don't have confidence in your character, your gameplay is not going to be that good.
I mean,
so here we go.
Just got out of a big tournament yesterday, and we're on the Souk stage to open up here. The first set, the EU West Exhibitions, ArtofAce versus Pika, and round 1's underway. They're feeling each other out now. Forward 1 plus 2 blocked.
Yep.
4.
Right, okay.
Testing the water here. 3 plus 4 blocked.
Yeah.
Nicely. Almost got the Mac Breaker punish there on the side step Repuken.
Yeah, he runs into an orbital. That's one of the things about Brian. Brian has really good defensive moves, right? When it comes to like that orbital, the 3+4, the keep out. Very, very good option. And that should be dead with the confirm. Nice.
Brian's costume, it looks like he's been shopping at the Moschino store. That hoodie. All right.
They need to make that hoodie real, bro.
It looks sick.
That'd be so sick. Hey.
Okay.
ArtofAce. Oh my gosh, the
Oh my days, into the McDonald's breaker. Oh, he's not messing about. Taunt jet upper. Taunt back 4 jet upper.
A row here in round number 2.
He's showing
the
Pika.
execution.
Showing Pika, man. He's like, nothing ain't changed. Still the same beatdown from before.
Yeah, what did you say about
goodness. Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Alright, there again.
Ooh.
Oh, follows up with the extra damage. Nicely done, but ArtofAce out of trouble now. Ooh, tries to get the back 4 against the wall. That would have been bad news. He could block it. Oh, the back 4 into jet upper, and that is going to be game 1. 3 rounds to 0, just like that.
How quick was that, Brian? As soon as he got the wall there, Brian at the wall is very dangerous. Of course, that back 4 given the guaranteed jet upper, he got 2 taunt back 4s in that one round. And then in the end, even when he was losing, he managed to get the wall position, sidestep left, into back 4 jet upper. I mean, it's perfect play.
It's smart stuff because obviously Geese at that range and that spacing, he's not going to do any tracking moves. He's not going to do anything when he's back to the wall and you're right up in his face. He's not going to do anything to track. So sidestep back 4 is one of the smartest things you can do. Anything that you're going to get out of in that situation is probably not going to be that bad, right? So I feel like Pika really needs to think about that when he's back. You know, when he has. When his back to the wall, he has to kind of recognize that, you know, sidestep might be coming. A short step into back 4 is deadly, and, you know, back 4's safe anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, if you think about it, the taunt, you can interrupt your opponent. When the taunt gets thrown out, you want to try and interrupt it so that he can't do anything, right? And I think, you know, going for a down forward run or something is usually a good option, but you know, you saw ArtofAce there, sidestep left. Sidestep left is the way to beat Geese's down forward run and a few of his other moves. That is his weak side, so to speak. Sidestep left, little short sidestep into back 4, got the guaranteed jet upper, and just finished the round, man. Especially when Brian has rage. I mean, that is a huge combo you're going to get, man.
Well, after that game, I have nothing more to say. I thought that ArtofAce might need to prove something. There's nothing more to prove. That was a beatdown, but 3-0. 6 stops so far. Pika is going to need to step it up here.
Do you know what I love as well is that the thing is ArtofAce, and not just that, but just Europe in general, right? Like before the Second World Tour, I think the people outside of Europe didn't really know about our players. And that's why I think that in a way we weren't shown that much respect, you know, because obviously it was an unknown region. Even people like Super Kuma and Ferguson, these guys, they weren't so known, right? And now, you know, with things like this, like the Tekken 7 Online Challenge and Tekken World Tour and all these things, you know, these players are able to go out there, show what they're made of, and show that, you know, ArtofAce doing those taunt back 4s ain't easy, but he did it. He did it twice in a round. And this is someone that you just mentioned has gone to Evo and got a high placement in someone. So, you know, these kind of people, I mean, it's great that they're able to get this platform to show what they're made of and to like maybe show people that they are good players.
Definitely. I mean, just all round, this is a great ecosystem for development as well, because the viewers get to learn something from the high-level play, the winners get to learn what's good about their gameplay, and the losers get to go home and work on stuff. You know, this is just really good for every single party involved.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And what do you think Pika needs to do? I mean, that was a 3-round blowout. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I don't like Sook stage for Pika right now. For this particular matchup, I feel like the way that ArtofAce was playing, he looked really confident on this stage. I mean, obviously being able to line up the walls perfectly as well. The wall carry with Brian is super effective on the stage, definitely getting wall to wall. I mean, I don't know, a stage change might be in order. I think Pika is fine. Like, character's fine, his level is fine. He can still win this. I'm just saying that I feel like the stage didn't help him in game 1.
The stage, absolutely. I mean, with Brian at the wall and the kind of combos he can do, a lot of Brian players like to go for the helipad because even actually most characters are not so good on that stage. Brian, you see Jimmy J Tran, if you ever watch Jimmy play, he will go for that stage. Even Bilal, like these Brian players love to go to the helipad because even though the walls and the windows and everything are really awkward, Brian gets really good combos on them. And Sook is kind of like that, right, with these weird wall angles. But it doesn't matter when it comes to Brian. Brian, if he has your back to the wall, even if he has these weird angles, Brian can get some really big damage, right? So yeah, I think, you know, the stage didn't help. But, I mean, usually what happens if Pika loses, if any Geese player loses, they go to the Howard stage. But I think Brian is pretty good on that stage as well. So, I mean, what's he going to do here? Does he go to an infinite stage and just try and play normal Tekken? To just try to outplay him?
I mean, it might have just been a bad game. I'm just going off of what I saw. Maybe Pika's really good on. Maybe he likes this stage. Maybe he's really, you know, maybe there's just some adaptation that needs to happen. I'm really interested to see what the next game's going to say because that's going to be a big tell for the progress of this set. Obviously, after that 3-0 blowout, you know, Pika's going to be trying to get this one, definitely get at least a round on the board. So yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of adaptation. Pika, you know, he's very, you heard him in the interview, he's very determined. He wants this means something to him. He has run into ArtofAce before, and Brian was the character that, you know, he was able to beat Pika with. So yeah, there's a lot on the line here for both players. But yeah, ArtofAce solid so far, definitely doesn't need to prove anything to anybody right now. And yeah, really interested to see game 2.
Yeah, definitely, man. The thing. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. Oh, we have a hype video to show you guys. We just got told. So yeah, let's watch this.
Let's run that. Sounds sick.
Yeah.
Got ArtofAce, very good player from the Netherlands. ArtofAce looking really solid here.
ArtofAce looking nice.
That was very impressive. ArtofAce takes it just like that, 6 rounds to 1. ArtofAce, you know, they don't fear. And this could potentially be it.
Final round. Fight.
Oh, balle de match Pika. Qui n'est pas les Pika. Bien joué à lui.
That was sick. You know, just a little bit of a look at these players and what they've been able to do offline in tournaments. Really cool stuff, man.
But yeah, now you can see both of them really experienced in tournament gameplay at high levels as well. These are not just anybody's they're winning against. I mean, these are top players. So really cool to see. And just the variety. Look, I saw about 9 different tournaments there. You know, like, they've been all over. So yeah, really sick stuff to both players.
Yeah. So just like you mentioned, man, you know, it was a 3-round blowout. So in a way, you know, we mentioned this yesterday as well, right? If you get blown out that badly, sometimes just because you know, the other player just got everything works for him, and that happens sometimes. Sometimes everything that the opponent does just works for him. That doesn't necessarily mean that you played badly. It's just, you know, it just went well for him. Now, we didn't get a chance to see what Pika's capable of doing, and I think that should give Pika a little bit of confidence. Like, you know what? Yeah, he had a good game, but now I need to get that out of my mind, bring it back. It's only 1-0. You know, it's definitely still winnable.
I mean, we know what Pika's capable of because we saw him bodying people yesterday on this very stream, right? So we know what the deal is. ArtofAce had a strong start, but if he wants to win this, he's going to have to continue that because Pika has very strong momentum game. Once he starts going, he's like full throttle. So I think that wherever ArtofAce is building now, he's going to have to try and hang on to that as tightly as possible.
Yeah, hopefully. And I wonder if we're going to see ArtofAce's Steve if he beats the Brian, if he starts to beat the Brian. If he starts to catch on to the timing and the move choices, will he switch to Steve? I think he will. I honestly, because I think that's his main character. Whenever I've seen ArtofAce play, I've rarely seen him use Brian. I'm not sure. I might be misrepresenting this, but I have seen his Steve very often. And his Steve is sick. But yeah, we're going to be getting into our second game here. What is going to be the stage choice? That's what I'm interested in here for Pika. Is he going to go to the Geese stage? No, he's gone for an...
abandoned temple. They went random, and it was abandoned temple. Okay, so a lot more space to work with. This is no souk. Okay, this is a lot more room, a lot more wiggle room, a lot more area to space around and position yourself the way you want to be. to where you want your opponent to be, and yeah, definitely going to look a bit different to that last game. Not sure about the result, but at least the how the game turns out in terms of movement is going to be different.
Let's see what Pika's capable of doing here after that first match. He goes instantly for the throw, and ArtofAce ready for it.
Oh, nice neckbreaker punish. This time he gets it.
Oh man!
Tackle, and again aggressive start here for ArtofAce. Pika.
Yep.
Fires back.
Yep. This forward, trying to get the counter. The side flip again.
Wow, max damage, man, and it is all over for round 1.
Yeah, Pika just, you know, falling into ArtofAce's timing at the moment. But here we go, forward on pursuit, an opportunity to get something started here.
Pika now with the combo. Jerk into the wall, follows up. Yep.
Good.
And look at this round here from Pika, working on a perfect right now.
Yeah, a lot more aggressive here. Oh yes,
look at that. Oh, sorry, not quite perfect.
Back one.
Yep.
Gets a round on the board finally, Pika.
Very strong round there for Pika. Another escape. ArtofAce not interested in getting thrown.
Oh.
Get off me.
And that's the danger, right? The danger of being really aggressive and like just being a lot more aggressive as Brian is that you are susceptible to getting counter here, and that's what happened.
Oh, the counter! What a read there. Pika back in play here. Ends that bar. Oh, the jump kick over the low, but doesn't convert.
Yeah, no punish there either from ArtofAce.
The bar there. Save the meat. There he spends it now.
Yep. Nice jab challenge. Oh, spring kick. Two
one round. No break on that. Conditioned him with the 1+2 break.
Yeah.
1-1-2. Guaranteed. Another round.
Very
for
good
Pika.
clutch there from Pika. Yeah, great stuff. Have we got 1 round away now from evening up the set? Can he do it? He uses his meter here for a bit more pressure. Oh, no.
Holding here for Pika. ArtofAce under some pressure now. 1-2-1 blocked. Oh.
Looking for back 1+ frames.
Oh, the counter hit.
Yep.
Got him on the interrupt. Up the
I
side
like
step.
the usage of the down 4.
Really good stuff here. ArtofAce in trouble on the defense now, looking for the parry, but no dive. Oh, gets the float now.
Nice conversion. Hey. Rage available now for Pika.
Oh, good block. Oh, that might be it.
The conversion.
Straight into
on the
Rashomon.
combo.
No funny business. Straight into Rager, and that is going to even it all up here.
Nice. Damn. I felt like there, Pika was kind of on the back foot in many of those rounds, but he was always able to clutch it out. ArtofAce is playing really aggressively. That's why you saw that Pika using that down 4, getting the counter here. That was really, really vital. And yeah, I want to see Pika do more of that. Just challenge with the down 4. It's a good way. I mean, when you look at down 4, it's not just a low poke. No, you use it as a counter hit launcher. That's what most Beast players will say that they'll use it for. So yeah, using that just to maybe slow down ArtofAce a little bit because he's being really aggressive.
You force him to respect you force him to respect the high game as well. You can't run him with high strings because if down 4's coming out, that's going to convert into forward 1. You can spend the bar, get more damage off of it, and so on. So I feel like yeah, that's definitely something that forces respect on space as well. The other thing is there on a larger stage, because as you mentioned, ArtofAce very aggressive gameplay, but on a larger stage, that aggression doesn't quite reach the wall that quickly. So where you saw him get snuffed against the wall on Souk, that didn't happen where Pika could now move around, could move away, he could reset himself and then come back into the attack. And as you saw, once he did have the upper hand, he was able to get the damage and get the right reads where needed.
Although I don't think that ArtofAce looked bad there, though, to be honest.
No, not at all. Of course not. No.
At the end of the day, Pika was on the back foot. It just wasn't able to close it out because he maybe overextended one or two times and got counter hit. But yeah, this is looking like a good set, man. 1 match apiece here in this first of 5. Belgium versus Netherlands. Oh boy. The new school versus old school. And he's sticking with the Brian, of course. The precipice of fate. Back in.
Random stage again. They are not picking. This is all question mark stuff. 1-1 here. Very dominant games for both players. Looking really impressive. And this is going to be a good one. I do believe that both players are still adapting. We haven't seen anybody's final form just yet. And yeah, it's going to be really cool to see what happens right now.
Oh, let's get into it.
All right. We're wasting any time. Okay. Fires back.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Pika's definitely noticed is that ArtofAce is not ducking the quarter circle back 2. That puts you into pretty much a 50-50 situation.
Right.
And Pika's going to start using that a bit more.
Yeah, rinsing it a bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, Ken blocked. Oh, 1-1-2. Catch him on the way in. Oh, he goes low this time, and that's going to be it.
Yeah,
Stand up.
Yeah, I mean, Pika's noticed ArtofAce, even there, you know, he put him into the 50-50 because you're not ducking that high, the quarters like a back 2.
That's
It's
just
very,
smart.
very important to duck that, to put your opponent on notice.
Very smart gameplay. When you see weaknesses in your game, in your opponent's style, you've got to take advantage. You've got to get everything possible.
Absolutely.
Working out well so far. Look at this wall damage now. Oh. Oh, there was a nice duck and punish.
Yeah. He ducked the quarters like a back 2 that time.
Yeah. Like, hang on a minute, you can duck these.
Oi.
Oh, stand up again, and that is another round for Pika. What is going on?
Yeah, I mean, even though ArtofAce ducked it that time, the thing is, there's so many strings that you can cancel into the quarters like back 2, and Pika's just going through them right now. Okay, no duck. 1-1-2.
Again, catches him. Oh, nice. We're punished with the jet upper.
What a combo! Oh my god! Oh my word!
On an angled wall as well.
That was sick.
Oh, what a whiff punish! Almost set him up for that with that kind of strange range on the Repuken.
Good
The break. Oh, the float!
2-1!
Into the Mac breaker. Oh man, at that range, that was definitely the best option to close.
I love that. I love the little side step into the instant while standing 1 death from ArtofAce. That was good.
Getting really tense now. Both players starting to read each other really well here.
Uh-oh. That's
Back down.
no!
Oh, he missed it.
He ducked. First time he ducks, he goes for the mid. Pika in his head right now. He jumps, and that's going to be 7 yellow.
A perfect. Closes the round with a perfect. What is happening? ArtofAce now suddenly has lost all that momentum that he built. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Pika's making the adaptation now. He's noticed that there's a little bit of a hole in his defense, right? He's not ducking that quarter circle back 2 all the time. He ducked it once and got the punish, but Pika was like, okay, straight after he ducked that, he's like, you know what? If you're going to duck that, I'm just going to do the quarter circle back 2 from a different string. There's so many ways you can do that. You could do standing 2, forward 1, quarter circle back 2, even just go standing 2, quarter circle back 2 straight away. There's so many ways that you can set up that string.
From almost any of his moves, you can just introduce that string, you know? So I think it's really something that keeps your opponent on their toes. They have to be looking for it, you know? But if they're looking for it, they're not looking for other things, so you can sneak other things in. So there's some smart mind games you can play around that option.
Yeah, and the mid is safe, by the way. So the mid is safe, but the thing is that you can actually do a fuzzy guard. So if you do like a little back, down back, it does cover the mid and the low.
And the low,
that's something that you
but
really
it's tight.
need to
But that's tight though. That's tight. That's not a there's this mid-low string you can fuzzy it. Like you have to be in the lab and get the timing down, and then even when you have the timing down in the lab, when you then take it to a match, you can still get hit. You know, it's just like one of those things. So yeah, definitely something that it is possible. Can fuzzy it, can block both, but a little bit of preparation required.
Oh yeah, 100%. You need to practice that like a lot, you know, and play in games like you mentioned. It can't just be something that you do in practice mode, because in a game it's completely different, right? Because you're watching out for it in practice mode. You're just doing it. But when it happens and you're not expecting it, that's where it really counts, right? But it's 2-1 right now for Pika. We're getting into the Duomo di Sirio now, bellissimo. Here we go, 2-1 now. What is ArtofAce going to do to respond? He had a very quick start, great start to this first of 5, but it's slipping away, man. It's slipping away.
Man, let's talk about this Pika adaptation, man. I mean, after that first game blow up, this is just turned around. Just completely different player now. I mean, obviously the first game, it wasn't that he wasn't playing, he just didn't really get to play, you know. And now we're actually seeing what he can do here. This is great, 2-1 so far.
Yeah. All right. ArtofAce still got man. That string has been hitting Pika all the time. The second hit delay.
The second hit delay counting it.
Oh!
Wow, that's a weird camera thing there.
No.
Oh, he tried the mid parry to put him at the wall, but yeah, slightly early timing.
Yeah. Here we go, ArtofAce. He's keeping up his aggression. I love to see it. Got a bit of brawl.
Bit of a barroom brawl here.
Oh, watch out now. This is very dangerous now. Oh! Guaranteed hit.
Okay, Pika now trying to keep him pinned against the wall.
Tried it again.
Oh, he goes low! And then stand up to make him lie down. And there's round 1 for Pika.
Nice. Going for that little cheeky down 1+2.
Yeah, really sick. You gotta split those in when they're not ready. It's not the fastest low, but you gotta split those out sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta test your opponent, right? I mean, he's been testing with the force like back 2. Now he's doing other stuff as well, and he gets a down 4 counter hit. Doesn't surprise me. ArtofAce is playing very aggressively, and Pika, his move choices are good. Going for that down 4. 2 bars of meter to work with as well. Oh wow. I like how Pika's just doing back three on his own as well, just to try and catch the parry.
Oh, looked like he tried to pick him up with the down back too, but he was slightly too late. Allowing Pika to tech roll, and this is looking good for Pika again. What?
Ooh.
Man, he's almost got 2 bars as well.
Yeah.
What is happening here? This is just destruction right now.
Yeah, he's definitely catching up to ArtofAce's timing because he's been getting.
Oh my goodness! Catches him stepping. Back 3-2. Shippuden runs in. Oh, nice escape from ArtofAce, staying alive here temporarily. ArtofAce really looking for an opening, and what?
Punish.
So ready. Oh
Pika.
my goodness me! Super ready right now. What's happening? ArtofAce is not being allowed to play.
Yeah, honestly, I think, you know, ArtofAce knows one way to play with this Brian, and it's like, you know, to be aggressive, be in your face, and just start bullying you, right? But hey, you know, if Pika's been using his side steps, his back threes have been on timing. The timing's been great. Down 4 has been catching counters. Even forward 4, he's been getting counter hits here on ArtofAce because ArtofAce is being very aggressive here. I wonder what he's going to do here. He's going to have to kind of maybe just be a little bit more patient here, so he can bait out some of these things, some of these key pat moves that Pika's trying out.
One thing that I've noticed is Pika has definitely been putting in that homework versus ArtofAce's Brian. He's been looking at VODs, he's been watching matches, he's been understanding why he lost in previous times, because this is not the same style of matchup that we've seen from Pika when he's played ArtofAce in the past. And this just looks like a different player. I mean, everything is working now, and that hasn't been the case before. I mean, he even said in the interview, all the times he's lost, it was against the Brian. So obviously, the chunk of his homework has gone towards working on Brian. So is, in this situation, perhaps Steve now a viable counter pick? Maybe there isn't as much resource, there hasn't been as much work gone in against the Steve. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree, and it would provide a different pace to the match as well. Do you think about Brian being that kind of character that can just bully you, right, and get into your face and stuff? He does have good keep out moves too. So I wouldn't mind if you just stuck with Brian here and just employed a bit more of a defensive play style. But Steve could be a great one as well. Has arguably the best counter hits in the game with that down 4-2 and back 1, right, and the 1-2-1. So yeah, let's see what he does here. Will he go for the Steve, or is he sticking with the Fury?
I think he should just switch on the torrents and start, you know, getting them 1-bar snake edges, man. Switch the torrents on.
Yeah, he snake edged him with that down 1+2. So why not?
So, all right, so 3 games to 1. This is a dominating run from Pika so far, but ArtofAce definitely going to want to stop him in his tracks in this game here.
Yeah, analyze where you went wrong. Where were you getting? Where were you losing? Nice jab challenge there from ArtofAce. Going to get a float combo early on.
Yep, nicely done. Down 3. Oh, going low. 3 lows in a row here. Nice duck on the 4-3. Super ready. Oh.
The conversion.
Wow. He made that into something that worked.
Yeah.
Can't believe he made that into a good combo. That was nuts.
And that just proves that he's been playing Brian for a long time.
Good block on the down 4.
Yeah.
What a round from ArtofAce. That was brilliant stuff.
But the thing is about these strings from Geese though, is that even though ArtofAce got the duck there, it was a mix-up because Pika could have gone for the forward 1, and he's gonna remember that.
Oh, in the back. Don't stand up, says Pika. What are you standing up for?
What kind of hit? Rewall splat. Oh. Good break.
Always keeping him on his toes with them escapes. Jaya can catch them flipping. And the mid 1-2-1 finish.
Yeah, those kind of strings where you have like a high mid, the jab and into a mid are really good.
They're really good, especially when it's like a safe option as well.
Back
okay. Through attack, season 3 things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that combo. He's working on getting another bar of meter here. Pika got him at the wall, pressuring him right now, looking to take it 4-2-1. Can he do it? ArtofAce has rage now.
Back 1 blocked. Oh man, wow, just so ready for everything.
The jump, man, the jump. I mean, this is something you need to look out for when you're playing against these 2D characters, man. Geese, Akuma, Eliza. The jump is another dimension which you need to definitely watch.
I mean, he doesn't do it all the time though, but it seems that every time he does it, it works.
Yeah.
Got the reads, man, got the reads.
Again, I mean, Ryan, we spoke about it, right? Is he catching on to ArtofAce's timing here?
He's getting the reads, man. Pika is a librarian right now. Everything working. This is ridiculous. Wow, wall bounce as well. Oh, no conversion, but it's not going to matter. Because Jayaken puts him on his back again. And down forward 1-4 to go up 4 once back. Talk to me.
Yeah, 4-1 after losing the way he did in that first match is incredible. Remember, we did speak about it, that even though it was a blowout in that first match for ArtofAce, Pika wasn't able to get anything going. And now he's definitely gotten going here with the back threes on point with the timing, the down fours and everything. And then the jumps, which we just mentioned, right? Every time, like, he just knows when he's going to do a get-up kick. And he jumps over it, does the kick into the combo. I mean, Pika's playing on point right now. What's the ArtofAce got to do here, Ryan? I mean, this is a bad position for him.
Yeah, I guess it is a bad position. I mean, you know, one thing I wanted to sort of like catch up on is, you know, I was mentioning that from what I know, okay, because maybe there are a lot of events I haven't been watching and stuff, but it seemed that Pika had been in more recent tournaments, you know, maybe a lot of the online ones. So he had a very sort of active status in his game plan, and I feel like ArtofAce may not have been playing as much recently, so he might not be 100% right now. He might just be playing 60%. This might only be a 30% Bushin clone of ArtofAce, right? So we might not be seeing all the stuff that we would normally see in those sets where ArtofAce beat Pika in previous times. Do you know what I mean? We know Pika's been playing. We've seen him in tournaments recently. We saw him yesterday. It doesn't get more recent than that. So we know what work he's been doing. And that was what I meant when I said, you know, it's on ArtofAce to kind of prove that he can keep up with Pika. And so far, he hasn't been able to do that outside of that first game. But it is ArtofAce, very, very strong player. And if anyone can do it, he can. I don't think this is over just yet. I don't think it's going to be a 5-1.
I really do want to see just ArtofAce try to employ a different strategy here. Be a bit more patient, use your keepers fours, because otherwise you're going to get counter hit like that, the down four. He keeps on trying to go for the side step into buttons, and Pika is catching his timing right now, Ryan.
Every single time. I mean, obviously, like I mentioned before, online is a different timing, different strategies, everything changes. You know, it's not the same as offline, so there's some adaptation that's needed here. 1-1, 2, and very aggressive while standing 1 though. Puts the brakes on him. Go back 3. Oh man.
Man, the jab after getting hit by the hack kick. I mean, such bravery from Pika, man. But he is on set point here. I mean, it is one match away from taking his first of 5, so he's got the confidence. He has, you know, the ability to be a little bit more aggressive.
Back 1 now, trying to announce some offense, but back 3-2. Doesn't spend the bar. The conversion, he's got a wall combo anyway.
Yeah, he floated the spring kick, man. ArtofAce just making every wrong decision at the moment. It's back into the ball as well.
Oh, and he missed the launch.
Early, too late.
Gets behind him. Oh no, missed the upper. Oh man, it's all falling apart here.
It's a brawl. It's a brawl, Ryan. Here we go.
It really is.
Okay.
And he needed that. He needed that mat kick. Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, good stuff there from ArtofAce. It's essentially what Pika's been doing to him, right? Using those kind of moves to counter hit. ArtofAce using forward there. Solid choice.
Yep. Nice block. He sidestepped into the crouch block there. Really smartly done. Oh, missed the mat race at the end.
Oh, what?
Oh, no. The counter! And this is going to hurt. He's got 2 bars to play with.
Yeah.
There's 1 right now. 1 left to go.
And a good combo with that side wall as well. He brought it all the way back.
And he predicted he would stay down as well.
Oh! Oh my god, what's going on?
Oh my god, double slow-mo. This is insane right now. Set point here to Pika.
Here we go, 1 more round. But the jet upper. Oh, man, that was easy, but he dropped the combo.
That was really unfortunate. What a crazy sequence of events. Oh my days.
The aggression from ArtofAce.
Going in now. He's going in. He can't afford not to. It's all or nothing. Look at his title. All or nothing. There for a reason. Oh, back 1 counter hit now. He means business. He's not going down 5-1. He's here to fight.
He's turning up the heat here, right? He's turning it up. Here comes the taunt.
Oh, into the mat breaker. Oh, the jump kick. This ain't over yet. Pika now with a chance to steal.
He has rage available as well. Can he take it to the wall? Of course he can. Here we go. Side wall splat.
Pika now. He's looking for the steal back. Oh, is that going to be it, Spike? Is it all over? No way. Oh, Rashomon. No. Oh
can he finish it? I think it's
a hard one.
Pika. There it is!
Wow, the deadly rave finish. He did that finish on purpose. He wanted to make a statement with that, boy. That was a statement kill right there. 5 games to 1. Man, finishing off with the deadly rave, that was ridiculous. What can I say? What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, just incredible, right? Like, incredible from Pika to 5-1, you know, over ArtofAce. And you know, ArtofAce never kind of changes his style up. He was just aggressive the whole way. I guess that, you know, that is the way that he plays with Brian. That's his style. But even at the end there, right at the end, the downfall is ultimately what killed him, like the counter hit, and that was kind of the story of the first 5 there. How often he got counter hit there with the downfalls. I would have loved to see a more kind of chilled out approach from ArtofAce, because you can clearly see he was able to do it by doing sidestep duck, and then all these kind of defensive and 3+4. I would like to see. I would have loved to see how it would have been if he did that.
Yeah, there was a few weird things, and I would love to just give it all to Pika, but that last game was nonsense. There were a few weird things. It was. Come on, look. Brian had the combo, right? Jet upper, 6-star. Thing just randomly whiffed when it was man in midair. Like, come on. And the end of the other juggle as well. The map breaker didn't hit at the end. No. That last round, no. that last game, no. Pika did sick though, but come on, man. ArtofAce definitely got skanked, man. That last one, no. No, I'm not having it.
But that's how it happens. That's how it is sometimes, man. He did a great job. ArtofAce did a great job to be in those sort of weird wall angle scenarios and get some crazy combos off. I mean, he's clearly been playing Brian for a long time, even if it's not his main character. I think it's one of his mains anyway. And he has played enough with Brian to know how to deal with these really weird scenarios. But let's talk about Pika, dude. Every time he jumped, he got that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how does he know? He's just got these psychic reads on the jump kicks. He can smell the lows coming out. He knows, like, he's going to do the low now, I'm ready with the jump. And, like, he'll get it, counter hit, and then he'll get the combo and capitalize on that, And just, in general, outside of just the jump kicks, Pika has clearly worked on the matchup. This is not the same Pika that was having difficulty, that couldn't beat Brian, that just couldn't get past this hurdle. He's been putting in work in the lab. And look at this delivery today, 5-1. Dominant victory. After that first game, it wasn't looking good because it was a no-round round, wasn't it? But who would have predicted that after that we'd be seeing a 5 straight streak?
Well, that's the thing, right? It's adaptation, isn't it? It was just great stuff from him because he lost that match, and we mentioned it was such a quick match because of how aggressive ArtofAce was being. But Pika understood, you know what? I lost this way. He was very aggressive. Now let me be a little bit more patient. Now let me work on getting my counter hits in, my timing, and he kept his composure and managed to do it. So guys, I think we're going to take a short break, and when we return, we will have an interview with both of the players. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back after that short break. We've just seen an amazing set there between ArtofAce and Pika. What a showdown it was. And Spag, talk to me, man. Wasn't that hype?
But it was crazy. It was a brawl fest. This is what we love to see, man. We love to see the brawl fest, and we have both the players right now here. Guys, great set. It was very entertaining. There were so many crazy little situations there, a lot of comebacks and huge damage and crazy combos. Pika, congratulations, man. Give us your thoughts on the match.
Oh, thank you. Well, it wasn't. I mean, it was close. Even if the score doesn't say so, but I got lucky in a few situations, right? But I had like some hard reads, and well, I can get a lot of damage in my hard read. So either I die or I kill him. So
ArtofAce, how did you feel that set went for you? Obviously, you didn't win, but outside of just the win-loss situation, how did you feel? Were you comfortable in the set? Did you feel that you played the way you wanted to play? Talk to me.
Well, I was somewhat comfortable, but it's still online, and I don't really like playing online. I do play a lot of offline, so for me, it's kind of hard to adapt to the online scene if I play a lot of offline, but it was fun, and I do congratulate Pika on the win. But
What do you think you
it
could have
could've
done
been better.
differently? What do you think you could have done different there in that set?
I think be more patient.
Okay.
I lost my patience at the moment. I thought this was my round, and I went all in, but I should have just waited. And,
Yeah, I mean, is that the way you normally play Brian? Because I mean, I've seen when I watch you, I normally see your Steve, right? I've seen your Brian a couple of times in tournament, but is that the way that you normally play, like a really aggressive? I noticed you're a very, very aggressive Brian. You like to get into your opponent's face and put them plus frames in and just bully them. Is that kind of your style with Brian?
in general, yes, it is actually. I do play aggressive. I want a lot of my plus frames to get into the head of my opponents, right? And I want to let them mix against the Brian, so I can go and do moves that I want to let hit, right? But usually, yeah. Yes, it's
Yo, you in the studio? You about to drop some beats? Yo, this guy's making music. This guy's making some beats right now, bro. What's going on?
It's not my studio, man. It's King Galaxy. Shout out to King Galaxy for this.
Pika, I just want to ask you, did you prepare for the Brian? Because you mentioned actually on the interview, the pre-match interview, that actually you lost to ArtofAce's Brian in tournament a couple of times. So did you prepare specifically for the Brian?
Okay, so you see the guys over here. So he's my offline training partner, and it happens that he also plays Steve and Brian both.
Okay.
So, I've been preparing for that for a bit, right? And I was like, okay, I need advice. I need some text on how to fight Brian, because he usually plays Steve, so I'm not really used to Brian anymore. And I was like, well, I need someone to train, and we've been training for like 2 days.
All right, so
okay.
Last question before we have to move on here. But yeah, Pika, 5-1 victory, very dominant performance. Of course, online, slightly different meta, but congratulations once more, no doubt. And I just wanted to ask, how did you prepare for this set? Because in your interview, you said yourself that it had been difficult to play against his Brian. You always lost many times. So how did you overcome this hurdle? I mean, I think this is great for people in the stream chat as well.
Okay, so the first thing I did is watching the match I lost again. And how did I lose? Because there's a way that I lose. Because the last time ArtofAce just kicked me doing a kick over and over, and I wasn't ducking, and it wasn't my fault. I had no knees at the end of the set. He actually came back from a 2-0, and I was like, oh, okay, I lost because of that. And then when he was like, oh, he had like 3 arcade kicks, now he's going to do back 4 and he's going to kill me, and I was trying to play around that. So what I did was having that, and then I watched the matches. I got some Brian experience. I was like, okay, I'm going to try to get in his mind before he gets in my mind. I think it worked out.
Nice. Definitely did. Guys, thank you so much for a great and entertaining set, and for joining us for this interview.
Thank you.
Great guys. Great stuff to you guys, man. Much appreciated.
Right. Yeah, cool stuff, man. I mean, so guys, make sure you watch your VODs. If you lose and you want to work out how to beat the opponent, watch those VODs, man. Get on YouTube, get on Twitch, see what happened, and find solutions.
And that's the reason why Pika is, he's a young player and he's getting out there and he's doing his thing. He's constantly improving. He's getting these crazy tournament results as well. I literally cannot wait for this guy to start traveling to more offline tournaments. I mean, this guy's very young, and once he starts traveling, he's going to do a lot of damage in tournaments, Ryan.
Yeah, but does he have a fire mixtape though? ArtofAce has got them beats, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pika might be doing all that with Geese, but where's the mixtape? What's going on in the booth?
All right, ladies and lads, we're going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to be getting into our second game of today. Don't go anywhere.